go through to the last 8. Williams to get us underway. And it's a warm welcome to the commentary box to Alan McManus.
Good morning, Phil. Yeah, as always, Ali Carter, I think, is going to be dangerous. It's not the first time he's had a call up late in the day, so to speak, in a big tournament. Happened at the Masters a number of years ago and got all the way to the final, didn't he? So, yeah, it's nice to see him out there. They have it's a good history of matches, always keenly contested. I think you'd have to say Mark will start a shade favourite. You could sort of bill it as fire against ice, couldn't you, in terms of temperament with these two? But a brilliant day, and yeah, the winner will play the match on the other table. John Higgins, Zhao Guodong.
Carter won this title back in 2010. He now has 6 ranking titles. Last season was a bit of a mixed bag for him. He started perfectly by winning the Championship League. The first time he'd won that tournament. The only player actually to play in every edition of it. Right from the start. That was the 33rd instalment of the Championship League, which he won by beating Jackson Page. But then rather went off the boil. Had a late rally in the season and looked likely to be a top 16 player for the World Championship, but his Essex rival Stuart Bingham's run to the final of the World Grand Prix actually denied him that opportunity. He had to qualify and then of course played Ronnie O'Sullivan in the first round. Mark Williams made the final in Saudi Arabia, and what a final it proved to be. He must have thought he was going to win that before one of the greatest clearances you'll ever see from Judd Trump to deny him on the final black. That frame alone worth £300,000. But he did win the Champion of Champions, and then of course another memorable run to the title match at the Crucible.
Going by that safety shot, there's nothing wrong with Mark Williams' eyes this week. That was a brilliant safety.
Became the oldest World Championship finalist, Williams, eclipsing the late great Ray Reardon, who was 49 when he lost to Alex Higgins back in 1982. Ali Carter turned 46 last week. And is apparently now playing without a coach. Decided to go it alone for the time being. He's left a red for Williams from distance. He's up very quickly there, Williams. The red goes in, but no colour to go with it.
Mark Williams, 1.
Such a clever way of playing it, nominating yellow with the black on the left half of the table. It means that it might give Ali a problem getting back up table. He should be okay, but I have to spread a few reds around playing this safety shot.
For Miss Arcad, 4. One.
So Carter with a good early opportunity to put something substantial together. Big money in this tournament, of course. The first prize, £210,000. And this match is worth 17,500. Prize money doubling by getting to the quarterfinals. No ranking points on offer, of course. This is invitational. But it's one of the highlights of the season.
Nine.
Yeah, I'll be a little disappointed. He just pushed a red just to the right of the black there. That was in the open. Still okay. Be keen to get the pink on its spot as soon as possible. The good news here, it's a natural couple of cushions back down for a choice of 2 reds. Just below the pink there.
Carter has been practicing with various players in a bid to keep himself sharp, including Zach Surety, one of the most improved players on the circuit. Another Essex cueist. He's been travelling to Harlow to practice
15.
with Zach. Carter himself hails from Chelmsford in Essex.
Two. Three.
I know it was only one shot, but the opening red of this break could prove to be very important, providing he goes on and makes good on this great opportunity to win the opening frame. He made a nice century in his opening
31.
frame in his first round, or the prelim round here in Shanghai. So I say that first shot was one of those he'll be so pleased inside with it, providing he goes on.
38. $39. 42. $43. $50. 51.
He's hitting the ball lovely here, isn't he, Carter? I think it's a good point you make, Philip, about the
58.
not split. I wouldn't say that from his coach, Chris Henry, who's excellent. But, you know, Carter has
59.
been playing the last 2 or 3 seasons with a method. And I don't think he really needs one in a lot of ways because his technique is so good, as we know. So I think going forward this season, he'll sort of just be playing for the sake of playing and not thinking too much about it. That might be a good thing, we'll see.
66.
But he certainly doesn't need any guidance in terms of the way he hits the ball.
67.
That red absolutely sets the seal on this frame, and in truth, from the moment Carter got in for this break, he never looked like missing. It's a very confident start. It's got to help that he's had a match under his belt already. Of course, this is a giant step up in
74.
class today against Williams, but he has
75.
a wealth of experience, 60 ranking quarterfinals on Carter's CV, as well as those 6 titles. And I guess one of the primary goals in early season for Carter will be getting himself back in the top 16,
82.
having just slipped out at the end of last season. There's an awful lot of snooker to be played, so there's
83.
bags of opportunities to do that. But this has been very fluent stuff. And every chance of another century.
90.
440 for his career.
He has the most
91.
beautiful backswing. You'll see it on this black off the spot. I know the frame's gone, but such a beautiful, silky smooth backswing. See that? Oh, it's so good.
$98. 99.
So just this blue for his 4th century of the campaign. What a start. Conditions here in
104.
Shanghai this week very conducive to heavy scoring. Centuries have been
106.
flying in. Of course, we had a maximum break from Zhang Anda, ultimately in defeat against Ding Junhui. What a thriller that proved to be. Zhang looked
109.
likely to turn the match around from 5-2 down, but Ding got in late in the decider and made it pay.
$113. $118. 124.
Century break number 27 of the tournament already. Day 3 just underway. And a clearance from Ali Carter. That was a superb contribution. His cue ball was A1 throughout. And the perfect start. The captain has liftoff. He leads Mark Williams by a frame to nil. New world champion Zhao Jintong against Chris Wakelin in a blockbuster evening session on this third day of 7. Carter to break off in frame 2. Williams made the title match here back in 2011, the year after Carter won it. It was a match he looked likely to win at one stage. He was 2 up with 3 to play against Mark Selby, but Selby denied him in a decider. He's been in 4 other quarterfinals, a semi-final as well here, but he hasn't reached the quarters since he won his 3rd World Championship back in 2018, so he'll feel as though he's due a deep run in this tournament. Referee just checking to see if that is a touching ball. Wow.
Hard cut 4.
Didn't actually reach.
Yeah, it was funny there. Ali just said to Mark, he said, I'm not sure that hit the red, did it? There's no point in asking Mark, he wouldn't have been able to see it.
Yes, he was due to have lens replacement surgery in the summer, wasn't he? There was certainly nothing wrong with the mince pies during the World Championship, even though he said at the outset he'd be an easy draw. What a match it was against Higgins in that quarter-final. The most extraordinary drama at the end of it. But typically nerveless from Williams to win on the black after Higgins had missed his chance.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. I actually think the shot in the blue was perhaps the shot of the season, wasn't it? I mean, twice across the table, plumb on the pink, and they went. It's funny, the old crucible, isn't it? You know, it gave John the same thing the year before against Mark Allen, then it took it back. That's the way it feels anyway. Was the red on? for Mark. Looks like it. So that little feather glance on the brown is... He's not top side of the blue where he had to be, but they're giving him a half chance to get himself going.
I think that's an example of how these pockets are, relatively speaking, quite generous. It caught a fair bit of the jaw, that red, and that's why cue ball hasn't travelled on as Williams wanted it to, top side of the blue. But wonderful conditions. You wouldn't be at all surprised if we see at least one more maximum before the week's out. This is only day 3.
Yeah, it's good point on conditions, Phil, with that shot as well, and the yellow getting the revs on it to get down beautifully on the red. Because it's not easy out in Shanghai this week. You know, in the low 30s in terms of temperature, and they're running at above 90% humidity every day. So they've done an excellent job with the tables, as usual.
Eleven. Twelve.
Deliberately low in the red, then making a play, push some reds into the open,
19.
which is the easy part. Can he find his way nicely onto black from this?
20.
Very good. It's just great vision. You know, he knew that being low in the red was risky, but the reward in the end might be big, and if this black disappears, or pink obviously, every chance of putting together a good sized break. Just avoid the yellow in and out of balk.
To this X. 27.
Yeah, no, that didn't quite go to plan. It just depends how badly he's going to be hampered. Well, the answer's, you know, very badly on this thin cutback red. I think he was just trying to hold the spot sort of right on top of the spot, and then the black would obviously go below the cue ball. So this is tricky.
Again, it wasn't
35.
certain, but after pondering for a moment, it did drop. And Williams back in good shape now in his bid to level this up.
37.
Oh no, that was not well cued. He won't be happy with that one.
37.
Seemed to have negotiated the awkward red, but he's missed a much more straightforward one. Clearly not amused by that.
1.
Yeah, that was so unfortunate. It was heavy odds on, one would have thought. Get the cue ball out and be on something. It's going to be just a safety shot now.
Early cut. 1.
That's a terrific pot from Carter. Again, the
1.
result could have been better.
Brown ball.
But it's given him the opportunity to lay the snooker via the brown behind the green. And only 31 points in this frame. Red's open, so Williams has to take care here not to leave anything. Again, it was a clever shot, wasn't it, to get the cue ball back in the balk area.
Yeah, very much so. He's got a glimpse of Mark's wife, Jo, there with the boys. Travelled over to Shanghai. That's good reply from Ali. That's top quality. Gonna be concerned about the double kiss. This escape. So that's why he played it dead weight. He is a master, isn't he? At just keeping things at bay. Pushing a red safe with a handy lead.
They're still going in the first frame on table 2, by the way, John Higgins and Zhao Guodong. Higgins currently 20 points in front. The winner of that plays whoever wins this one in the quarterfinals on Thursday.
Bit of pressure on this all of a sudden, especially if he leaves the cue ball down the scoring end of the table, which he's going to have to. Got to get this. Oh, that's superb.
1.
He missed a red into that corner earlier in the frame when he seemed in control and was clearly frustrated about a rare piece of miscuing, really. Not in the sense of not connecting as he wanted to, but just not cueing the ball in the normal smooth fashion. But he's made up for it with that one.
9.
The lead goes to 47, 67 still on,
16.
but it's a chance to level the match.
$17.
This black and one more red will do it.
$24. $25. $32. Mark Williams, 32.
It's 3 snookers to tie
In
for
the frame.
Carter, and he has duly conceded. So Mark Williams able to level the match here. It was an excellent red to get back in after a safety exchange. Carter having made 1-3-1 in the first frame, 1 each. So Mark Williams with his wife Jo watching in the background, as Alan mentioned, breaking off in frame 3, having levelled up proceedings. Carter starting with that superb 1-3-1 break. Williams in the end getting the better of the safety exchange to get back in and finish off the second frame. 6 remains the target. A place in the quarterfinals at stake. Later, world champion Zhao Jintong against Chris Wakelin, and the most successful player in the history of this tournament, Ronnie O'Sullivan, 5 times a champion, against Barry Hawkins. Fully expected to get that, Williams. It's just undercut it. So the chance falls to Carter.
One.
Carter has always enjoyed playing in China, aside from winning this title, his second ranking event crown in 2010. He also won the World Open in 2016. And really returned to his best form in claiming the German Masters after a 7-year hiatus from that World Open in 2023 when he beat Tom Ford. He was also runners-up at the Players' Championship that year, that season, to Sean Murphy. But he piled up a lot of ranking points during that period, which got him back in the top 16. He's a former number 2.
Thirteen.
Played that nicely. Not the best result, so it'll be the long straight red to far left corner. When it's straight, or virtually straight as this appears to be, it's not the most difficult shot in the world, and when the pockets are that little bit more generous, it's a shot you don't mind playing. Oh, he was up and out of it quickly.
That 20.
That will annoy him, because that's the big favourite to make that shot given these conditions. That was wide.
One.
Well, again, not the cleanest, but it's gone in.
Six. Seven. Fourteen. Fifteen.
Nice target, the two reds square on.
20.
Let's see, I wonder if he might play a cannon on the black and just push it towards left corner. It's a wee bit risky, so you probably play something else, but it is on and not that difficult. Could just about hold it, but he is hampered. So not out the woods just yet. Yeah, I don't think he's quite settled yet, is Mark, but it's one of those.
21.
Once you get into perfect position, you start to feel a bit better. He's playing all right, but not quite settled yet.
28. 29.
Won nearly £800,000 on the table last season, Williams. Not bad for a 50-something. Still loves to compete.
36.
Is sanguine about the reverses, the bad days at the office, but
37.
when he's out there, even though he is the most laid-back character in the sport's history, he still has that determination. Those competitive instincts have not dimmed at all.
44. 45. 52. 53.
'So the lead is 40. He's going to need one more red after this one.
60.
He's actually struggling, but they're going in. You know, he's not playing badly. He just can't get the cue ball where he's intending to get it. But no problem now, getting the frame done. But he's that good, that's the thing. He's that good that he's able to struggle, and well, he's 2-1 up. Carter started with, what was it, 1-3-1, and then all of us hadn't done much wrong, and 2-1 behind.
67.
Yeah, Carter took on the long red to the yellow pocket, which he would have expected to get. It was wide, and it's cost him the frame. But as you say, Williams that good that he's capable of winning frames with his B and even C games. Just
72.
doing enough. The cannon, or lack of it, academic, the frame surely won with only 43 left.
Back Williams 62. And the frame.
And Ali Carter once again concedes. So Carter's long-range miss on the red to the yellow pocket, proving the decisive moment in that frame. Williams has punished him with a half-century to lead by 2 frames to 1. Interval. Ali Carter has played some very good stuff, but finds himself 2-1 adrift. Mark Williams, as per usual, finding ways to win frames without necessarily finding his best A game. So Carter, having played as well as he has, will feel he really should be level at the interval. Still going to make it happen. Started the match with a 1-3-1. In this, their 19th meeting, Williams leading the head-to-head 11-7. This is actually only their second meeting in 6 years. Carter won at the Masters in the first round last year. Prior to that, you have to go back to the Players' Championship in 2019 when Williams won over this best-of-11 frame distance, 6-2. Also a round 1 match. Nice connection.
Yeah, not very often Mark makes a, as far as to say blunder, but he could pay for that. He's pushing the red on for Ali now. The difficulty in this, not so much the pot, it's getting the cue ball out of there somehow.
Yes.
Yeah, Ali's one of those players that uses a really slim cue case. He doesn't have enough room in it for his own extension, so having to use the under table equipment. Actually, he has one, but whether it'll extend enough, let's see. They're a bit wobbly, the ones under the table at times. They don't get used all that often, in fairness.
Well, that was always the danger, and it looks as though he's not on the black, judging by Carter's body language. Not as wobbly, though, Alan, as the old half-butts back in the day, with the wine gums on the end, if you were lucky.
Yeah, the tips on those cues, if I can call them cues, were no fun at all. Like an elephant's toenail, the tip on this. No fun. Yeah, you could see, it's funny, Ali's extension, it's not what you would call standard, like, you know, it's a bit shorter than normal. See, he's walking around now irritated. He's played all right. You could argue in some ways he's been maybe the better of the two in some ways.
Yellow.
In terms of quality, but he finds himself frustrated and 2-1 behind
On the
and
counter. 1.
feeling like things are conspiring against him.
Fine, miss. On the counter 4.
You saw Williams drop his head because he knew he wasn't going to get cover for the red he's pushed over this right corner pocket. So a chance for Carter to get in his bid to level this session at the interval.
One. 6.
Yeah, that's an excellent recovery. Not
7.
least of all, he has a perfect angle on the yellow. He did well there, Ali, because he was a wee bit unlucky with it. Sort of split into the reds. Would have expected something easier, so that was good attitude to put it aside and get on with the job.
$11.
Carter alluded to some off-the-table issues he had to negotiate last season, and as mentioned, having won the Championship League, his form then dropped off. Nothing better than the round of 16 thereafter, until he made the semi-finals of both the World Open and the Welsh Open, and at that stage it looked likely that he'd be a seed for the Crucible, but Stuart Bingham's run to the final of the World Grand Prix denied him a place in the Players' Championship and therefore the Tour Championship, so he couldn't add to his tally of points, and that's why he had to qualify for Sheffield, which he did, of course, before losing to O'Sullivan. But as Alan mentioned earlier, he has previous when it comes to not being in a tournament, getting a late call-up and then making the most of it. Got to the final of the Masters where he lost to Bingham back in 2020 in those circumstances. Twice a Masters runner-up, twice a World Championship finalist. It's quite a CV when you consider the health issues that have dogged him for most of his professional career.
$26. $27. $34.
Yeah, it's worked out nicely. Just separate the three in a line now.
$35.
Yeah, should still be okay. I would have liked to have seen him push the reds a wee bit more in the Open. The pink was on to right middle. So it'd still be okay. Yeah, but you see there, any contact on that red, it was in the break.
42.
So, got himself back in a decent position.
43. $50.
must get above the blue line with a cue ball.
51.
I said blue, the pink's not really any good. It'll be blue probably because it is a natural down for the last red, and with a high value colour he should do enough.
$56.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy now to get high value colour from this.
Hard cut. 56.
That break was becoming steadily more complicated from a positional standpoint, and eventually it's caught up with Carter. A very healthy lead, but not a decisive one. Still 75 available to Williams. Carter firmly in control at the moment in this frame, but he'll be wary that there's still jeopardy if Williams gets in next. That 61-point lead could evaporate pretty quickly, and it would be a very hurtful frame for Carter to lose. He'll feel on the balance of play that he should be level at 2-all at least. Had that gone in, the frame would have taken on a very different complexion. As it is, just wide.
1.
So Carter will be looking for one more red after his next colour. And it should be 2 each. But that rueful smile will tell you this brown is no gimme. But he safely negotiated it, and that's surely the frame. So it's been
5.
very intriguing opening session. Ali Carter starting with a brilliant century. Mark Williams a little scratchy, but nevertheless able to take a 2-1 lead, helped by a break of 72. But Carter has dominated the 4th frame. And so we go again after the interval, honours even. It's now a best of 7 for a place in the quarterfinals here in Shanghai.
Thirteen. Seventeen. 18. 23. 24. 29. 30. 34. 36.
Something of a free hit for Carter in Shanghai this week. He wasn't supposed to be in this tournament, having just missed out
39.
on a place in the top 16 at the end of last season, but Mark Allen withdrew and determined to make the most of his opportunity. And he looks to be cueing very well. Played in the Championship League,
43.
but stroking the cue ball around very smoothly.
48. 54.
And a couple of half-century breaks helping him to dominate frame 4 and emerge with a share of the spoils after 4 frames here in Shanghai. And all the signs are we could be in for a battle all the way to the wire. We shall see. Frame 5 just underway in this 19th meeting between this pair. They first played at the British Open way back in 2001. Williams has won 11 of the 18, including a quarter-final at the World Championship the year that he won his 3rd title at the Crucible, 15 years after his 2nd. And that is a Mark Williams special. One of the great long potters in the history of the sport, and he couldn't have cued that any better.
Eight. 9.
This has been his trouble largely today, just his cue ball control's not on point. Maybe shaking off some of the early season rust. Mark.
50.
He just can't buy a positional shot. It feels like all match.
Twenty.
If he's on this red, Ali Carter will not be pleased. A little bit of left hand side to try and throw the pot in.
21. Twenty-seven. 28. 35. 36.
Williams hoping for his first quarter-final appearance in this tournament for 7 years. Runner-up to Selby. Back in the days when this tournament was a ranking event, 2011. Became invitational in 2018. He's now won 26
43.
ranking titles, but he'd love to add this one to his CV. And after that bit of good fortune in
44.
landing on a red, what a chance he's got to move back in front.
$49. 50. 55. 56.
'Didn't quite get the cue ball high enough. It's where Mark would tend to use his experience and not play a risky positional shot. Just accept that it's going to be a mid-range one. Virtual frame ball.
61.
It was a smart decision there. Just didn't try to overplay the shot in the blue. Just make sure
62.
you're on the red. And this pink. Should see him back in front.
$68. 69.
Every chance of what would be a 669th career century now for Williams. He made 39 last season. Won the champion of champions, of course. It took one of the greatest clearances of all time to deny him the Saudi Arabia Snooker Masters. Judd Trump pipping him on the final black. And of course runner-up to Zhao Jintong at the Crucible. So a very
84.
lucrative campaign for Williams.
85.
And some stunning performances en route, not least against Higgins and then Trump in the semis in Sheffield. At his best, he looks as good as ever. It's that
92.
simple. He may disagree, but when you think of the snooker he produced in his run to the title match at the
93.
Crucible, and the players he beat, it's hard to argue that he is still a formidable force.
100. 101.
And he doesn't hang around, never has, of course, but if anything, he's quicker now than he was when he was at his absolute peak.
104. 106. 109.
Carter has had to sit this one out.
113. 118. 124.
Unorthodox, but effective. Doesn't bother with the black. That was a terrific break from Mark Williams. He got a little bit of fortune, as he acknowledged when he landed on a red, that he might not have done, but the rest was all class.
Ali Carter to break.
So Ali Carter having to watch his opponent make a century in frame 5, looking to level again in the 6th. Made his own, of course, in the first frame of the match. Very fluent 1-3-1. 56 to help him win the 4th. 124 from Williams just now to go with the 72 he made in the 3rd frame. So the break's flying in again today. Caught that thicker than intended and has left the red. So that's a mistake. A chance for Carter.
One. 8, 9, 16, 17,
Credit to Ali actually for
22,
trying to be aggressive there and get the reds into play. Just things like that have been conspiring against him once or twice. And I think that's the...
Arikat,
It's kind of
22.
typical when you're playing against Mark Williams. He gets you doing things that maybe, you know, playing shots the odd time that you don't really want to play or you wouldn't normally play. He makes it so difficult for you. There's another one. Red goes close to the pocket. Danger lurking everywhere, and it feels like every time you come to the table you're thinking, oh, I've got to be careful here, and I've got to make sure I don't do this, that and the other. And it's not by chance or by fluke that he makes it difficult for you. It's all deliberate. He just knows all the time the moves to make, and sometimes more importantly the moves not to make. First glance, I don't know if it's a big pocket, the one down the cushion. It's certainly on, but if he takes it on, Alistair, you've got to be very accurate. See, the direct pot is not on, the one nearest the pocket. So here we go. It looks like a long straightish one, and you've got to feel he's going to have to get this.
It wasn't easy, and Carter walks back to his chair, no doubt feeling less than amused. An easy starter for Williams.
1.
Never more than a frame between them thus far, so this is an opportunity for Williams to get some clear blue daylight between himself and his opponent and get to within 2 frames of victory in the process.
6.
Things just running his way in this match so far.
7.
Decelled on that, just about on the black. In actual fact, he was really fortunate that he could cue it so easily.
14. 15. 22. 23. 30. 31. 38. 39. 44. 45.
Not for the first time. Williams using the full width of the pocket today, but as long as they're going in, it doesn't matter.
$52. 53. 59. 60.
'So this frame seemingly in Williams' hands now. 44 in front, 51 left, just this red. Carter attempting that awkward red, but leaving one for Williams.
67.
He's been punished.
74. 75.
Well on course now for back-to-back centuries, Williams.
$82. 83.
'Well, no century. The blue stays out, but it doesn't really matter. Mark Williams is taking a grip on this this round of 16 match, I should say now, looking for a place in the quarterfinals, and looking good to make that happen as he leads Carter 4-2. Mark Williams looking to push on now. He's started to find some more fluency. He was looking on course for a second straight century there before missing the blue, but back-to-back frames with big breaks. And it's now down to Carter, who started with a century himself in this match, to respond in this seventh frame, get himself back in the running.
He really is being put through it at the moment, as Ali. Every time he comes to the table, it's no great surprise, but he's got quite a serious problem to deal with. And there's another mistake. What damage? It's bad enough that he left the red after the mistake, but the black wasn't on previous to Ali's shot. It is now.
Eight. 9. 14. 15.
Yeah, that's very unlucky.
20.
Deliberately trying to move the red that was on the black spot. It's going to be end of break, but again, no great reaction from Mark. It'll be dab the red in and make sure you find a difficult spot.
21.
Even there, just making sure. Not thinking so much about his own shot, but the one he's going to leave for Ali.
Mark Williams, 21.
And as always, he's made it just about as difficult as he could have done. Barring just a tiny bit of red sticking out left of the pink there.
I think Carter thought that was bound for the pocket, but in the end, it's a very good safety he's played there from an awkward spot. Back where he was.
One.
Excellent pot. What a big frame this is now. If Carter can win it, he's right back in contention.
Four.
Yeah, I like that. Good intent, but this red, how does he get the cue ball back up table? It looks impossible to me.
5.
Yeah, obviously didn't want to leave it for Mark, so just accepted the fact that the break was going to come to an end.
Ali cut. 5.
Not an easy red after Williams played a containing safety. It's still 2-2 next door between John Higgins and Zhao Guodong. Higgins with a 20+ advantage in the 5th frame. You can watch that on Discovery Plus.
That was again a brilliant safety shot, because these two reds, Mark didn't want to plant them and disturb the reds on the right wing. Referee pushing one over a pocket, but he'll be quite happy with this, although he's welded to the baulk cushion. It's an outside chance of a shot to nothing. Would have erred on the thin side. Has he got cover?
One.
Yeah, that was well done. It was a small gap to get through, didn't get ambitious with it. So he's got to avoid Brown here with the cue ball. Get in behind it. Aided by the flick and of apology. This is giving Mark quite a serious problem now to land on a red. The one just off the end cushion is the one he's playing. Just trying to push it onto the cushion. There you go. Probably by far the scrappiest of the match so far.
One.
Very awkward table. Once again, Carter having to settle
Black.
for potting the red and playing safe.
Undercut. One.
He won't care how he wins this frame as long as he does, because if he can do, he's right back in the match. 5-2 behind would take a lot of retrieving. That said, we saw Zhang Anda force a decider from that deficit yesterday, making a 147 en route. Well, clearly not what Carter intended.
Yeah, that's pure frustration. Mark there, it's been a feature of the match, I think, in some ways, although we're no stranger to it. When Mark's in trouble in baulk,
One.
he just plays a straightforward containing shot that has no risk. And Ali eventually, it's tried his patience one's too many times, and he's not lashed out, but he played a shot that he's trying to make something happen when there was nothing on. But that's what Mark Williams does to you. He gets you playing shots that you wouldn't play against pretty much any other player. And he gets you frustrated.
4.
Even there, was bound to be on there. Easy red to middle. He's got it to far corner. Not easy. This is a big shot, this. Just the way the match is balanced at the moment. Handy lead the way the reds are. If he can nail this red, which he has done,
5.
he's now a huge favourite to win it. Been any fireworks, but sometimes there doesn't have to be.
Ten. 11. 16. 17.
As Alan said, not a pretty frame, not aesthetically pleasing, but it seems to be going the way of Williams once again. Would be his third in a row. Carter looking to make things happen by opening the reds, but left one in the process. So Williams really outlasting Carter in that safety duel when the balls were particularly awkward. 36 in front, 51 left. But not done yet.
Mark Williams, 22.
So a lifeline for Carter to try and turn this frame around. He's got a lot to do.
One.
Yeah, it was good pot, and even better leave. Perfect angle on the green to get in behind the red nearest the right centre. That's nicely played as well. So yellow obviously is going to be a huge problem if and when that time comes, but let's deal with the present. 32 behind, so plenty points there for him. This next shot, pink to red, is going to be key.
5.
But he hasn't played that very well. He's left it too thin. Can't get in behind it now. And he also can't shift it. Yeah, all in all, that's pretty good.
11.
He's got potential here. It might end up working in his favour because the shot he's playing, it's pretty straightforward to leave the low blue, providing he gets the pot, of course. Yeah,
just when an opportunity seemed to be opening up to at least get right back in the frame, if not steal it. Just catches the jaw with that pot with the rest. Chance for Williams for 5-2. And right in the middle.
One.
So just this blue. A scrappy frame. And Williams has won more than his share of those down the years.
6. Eight. Mark Williams, 8.
33 the difference, 25 on, so it's a big ask. 2 snookers to tie for Carter.
Yeah.
And Carter now decides to concede, so it's a 3-frame burst from the 3-times world champion Mark Williams, firmly in control now. 1 frame away from victory at 5-2. The point of no return for the captain, who started this match so promisingly with a break of 131, but things have not gone to plan since, and he's lost 3 in a row since the interval to Mark Williams, who's made breaks of 124 and 83. The last frame was comfortably the scrappiest of the afternoon here in Shanghai, but again Williams coming out on top. Whatever happens for the remainder of this match, Carter will surely reflect on a positive week, because he wasn't supposed to be in this tournament. Only here because of Mark Allen's withdrawal for personal reasons a couple of weeks ago. And he's already bagged £17,500 for making the journey. 35,000 guaranteed for the winner today. Oh, nice cross double from Williams, who, unlike Carter, has yet to win this Shanghai Masters.
Eight. Nine. Sixteen. 17. 22. 23.
So fast running out of opportunities to get the reds in the open. see now. Cushions are nice and soft,
28.
so this might be the time just to. I don't know if we can play this softly, maybe back for blue or bulk colour. Yeah.
29.
And it's one of those packs that if you can get nice on this red and bulk, it's quite a nice pack to work off a bulk colour to get the split. That's pretty
34.
good. You know, half ball brown, half ball yellow would be the play from here. And that's perfect.
35.
Absolutely perfect for the brown. So, nice target, looking for a good split.
$39.
Yeah, his only crime just getting the side of them slipping away, so just keeping it tight. Perhaps play the double, but no, too risky.
Mark Williams.
The sanctuary.
39.
They're near the bulk cushion. Ali Carter can ill afford any more mistakes now.
One.
Yeah, great pot. Good pick out that. Still on the brown. He might be reached that stage where he's not going to refuse anything that's within his capability. It's easy to tuck in behind the green, but I think at the moment you feel he's going to have to make some moves, and aggressive ones.
Well, he couldn't have cued that any better. That was extremely well done. It was very missable. He knew he had to get it. Look at what he was leaving if he didn't. Already 30 odd behind, so great bit of cueing from Carter. And he's earned this right to get himself right back in the frame that he's got to win.
Six.
He's shown today that his game is very much intact. He started with a century, a 1-3-1. The odd rub here and there has largely not gone his way in this match. Williams has got stronger as the match has gone on, has scored more heavily. But it's not done yet. We've seen deficits like this if I've overturned many times.
13. Punch. 21. Twenty-seven. 28. 35. 36.
'Yeah, the way that Ali would like to go
43.
about this is play the difficult red next.
44.
Because if he plays the open one now, it then becomes tricky to get on that difficult one. So that's why he's playing it now. So this is the big shot, obviously. Dead weight. If it goes in,
51.
the frame should be his.
Well negotiated. Carter's third half-century of the match. Is it going to be a match-saving break?
$59.
20 in front, so red and the pink, and the best Williams could do is tie.
60. $66.
Just the yellow then to stop the rot, having lost the last 3 frames. And it was looking a little bleak when Williams got in early in this one. But what an excellent pot on the brown it was. It had to go in. He was leaving plenty for Williams had he missed it, but he stroked it in extremely well, and it looks like it's won him the frame and kept him in the hunt.
$71. $75.
Not enough for a century. Williams will have to wait for at least one more frame in order to get himself into his first quarter-final here for 7 years. But Carter is still
86.
punching. That was a brilliant 93 clearance from Ali Carter, and the former Masters, Shanghai Masters champion, still alive and kicking here as he closes the gap to 5-3. Mark Williams still looking for that one frame. 5-3 up now. Ali Carter winning his first since the interval with an excellent break of 93, launched by what was an all or nothing brown cut back that he had to get. He did, and made the most of it. So now 2 down with 3 to play. And here's another chance for Carter.
One. Eight. Nine.
Trouble's just got away there. Going into the pack. He's left himself with a very tricky cutback.
Body cut. 9.
So just the safety. But a good one.
All of a sudden, Ali's getting a little bit of joy in the safety department. The odd mistake from Mark, so it goes without saying that now's the time to jump all over those mistakes.
One.
Got to run, got to run. It's no good. The yellow's not a nice shot either with the rest. I don't know if Ali would be able to reach that. Yeah, it's just not the sort of shot you can take the pot on. It's too awkward. But good on him for finding a good tuck in behind the brown. Shouldn't be a problem with the escape, mind you. One thing you do know with Mark Williams, he's never going to panic with a good healthy lead. Saw that at the Crucible, 12-8 in front against John. Dragged all the way back and could and probably should have lost it, but
One.
we know what happened the last 3 shots of that match, don't we? So, but this is good by Ali Carter. You know, I think almost for the first time since during frame 1, it feels like he's got a wee bit of momentum.
Yeah, Williams said that he didn't feel a trace of nerves in his body when he potted that all-important blue right at the end of that match with Higginson. Given the way Williams is wide, you believe him.
Three.
Now, is there anything doing here for Carter? The red goes. And that's a lovely shot.
4.
So, comeback continues.
Eleven. 12.
He got the red.
19.
Excuse me, with the can in it. That was all because he almost missed the pot. Cue ball went wider, but all of a sudden, good little things are happening. You know, little things like that can go a
20.
long way. Make you feel better and more positive. It's a good chance, this. Close to just one behind.
$27. $28. $35. $36.
Disappointed with that one to be straight in the black. Of course, mainly because the fact is it going to need one of the difficult 5 reds. Now, the way he's looking, the one in the middle of them is on to left corner, so that's worked out perfectly.
$44. $51.
Is he on the red? 61 in front, 67 left, so he's only a ball away from making it 5-4 barring snookers. Looking at the plant. Straight in the middle. So this match is changing. Mark Williams has made a couple of errors. Ali Carter beginning to show the form that started this match with a 1-3-1. He now has the momentum.
59.
It's been a very entertaining match. We had that one scrappy frame, but aside from that, lots of breaks again. Both players getting on with it. And Williams under a bit more pressure now.
65.
5-2 up and 30 odd in front. It was looking
66.
pretty much done and dusted, but not now.
$72. $73. $78. Hard cut, 78.
The break ends at
And
78, but that's more than enough for Carter to win back-to-back frames and get himself to within one of forcing a decider. Mark Williams leads 5-4. Carter with a visible spring in his step, well and truly on the comeback trail here. 2 excellent frames back to back, from 5-2 down to 5-4, and it's down to Mark Williams now to respond.
Looks like this time Mark has gotten away with it. Looks too thin, the cut. Possible cut back. It's got to be super thin, this one. Yeah, well done. See, that's the difference in it sometimes in these matches. You know, it's just small things. I mean, that's a couple of frames in a row. Mark's they go a long red to that left corner, and both times he's left one. And as it turned out, it was the perfect angle for Ali to get, well, perfect on the blue, and he's off and running again.
Six. Seven. $14. 15.
We just had the 30th century of this tournament already. Table 2, Xiao Guodong to move 4-3 up on John Higgins. Right now, even though
22.
he's still a frame behind, Ali Carter looking the more likely. He's in full flow, 2 big breaks to get himself back in the hunt, back in right at the start of this frame. Cause for concern for Williams.
23.
He was actually quite unfortunate with the split a couple of shots ago. Got them all separated, but they're all sort of covering one another. It's not that easy to drop on one. That's a fabulous shot. That's very good. All right, it wasn't the most difficult shot in the world, but it was the shot selection was the thing about it. And this time, there will be plenty reds in the open. Looks for all money at the moment. Like we could be heading to a decider within the next 3 or 4 minutes.
Carter's already outscored Williams in this match.
31.
131, 56, 93 and 78 in the last 2 frames, from 5-2 to 5-4. Now the chance to put another frame winning break together. But mindful all the time that one slip could let Williams in
38.
to kill the match off, so still plenty to be done in this break.
Big shot. This is not a certainty. This should get it. Yeah, well done.
39. $46. 47.
It was looking pretty serene for that man when he led 5-2. He was in early in the next. If Carter does turn this match around and goes on to win, he'll look back on the brown that he potted. 3 down with 4 to play. It was a tricky pot. If he missed it, he was almost certainly going to lose the match. He cued it
54.
beautifully, and that was the catalyst for this comeback.
Just overran the cue ball by about 2 or 3 inches there, but he does have an alternative, the one on the pink spot that he knew nothing of, but he'll take it, and it also opens everything up. So one good shot here, and it should be decider time. Well played.
55. $60. 61.
A red and any colour.
66. 67.
Great credit goes to Ali Carter for the way he's dug deep. Things
74.
perhaps not quite going his way earlier in the match. He
75.
resolved to give it everything in a bid to turn it around. At 5-2, that looked unlikely. Now he's looking the more likely. In full flow, 93, 78, and now this break of 82 and counting. Williams hasn't scored in the last 2
82.
frames. And Carter
83.
will want to clear the table here if he possibly can, to prolong that period of being frozen out for his opponent going into the decider.
$87. Hard cut. 87.
87 will do for Carter to go with the 93 and the 78. What a match, what a comeback. And it means we're down to a 1-frame shootout. It's 5 frames apiece.
Mark Williams to break.
Mark Williams breaking off, frozen out in the last couple of frames. But as we know, he seems to have ice running through his veins, so he won't be fazed. He'll back himself if he gets the chance in this decider to make it pay. Who is going to get that first opportunity to put this match to bed? great pot from Carter. That's the pot of a man who's just knocked in 3 big breaks in a row.
1.
So it's the captain with the first chance to kill this off, and what a win it would be for him.
Four.
Inevitably, the pressure is rather different in a decider like this, with a quarter-final at the Shanghai Masters on the line. Whoever wins this match guaranteed to double their prize money. But both of these players vastly experienced when it comes to the crunch in a match of this importance.
Five.
Oh, now the blue is going to go not touching the cue ball. Is he still going to be on the red? I think he is, actually. I know his shoulders and his head have dropped there. I think he's still okay. The referee's got a job to do here. It's quite intricate, but got to get it absolutely spot on, which he will do. I think Ali is just going to be okay. May still have to shift the blue just a fraction towards the cue ball. Remember, it can't be touching. As close as possible without touching. Just double checking it to be on a line with brown, pink and black spot. I think he's okay.
Was certainly a heart in the mouth moment for Carter. No other spot, of course, for the blue to go on.
I'll tell you what, it was really good work by the referee, because you've got to get that absolutely spot on, and he has done. That's very good. So as you say, Philip, sigh of relief been breathed there by Ali. Just okay.
Normal service resume then.
11.
There was a little bit of extra pressure on that red given the delay while the blue was replaced. He wasn't fazed by it.
Eighteen. 19. D6.
Played that beautifully. Doesn't want to mess with the pack just yet.
27.
You can just tell as well, completely in stroke. Yes, there's lots of pressure, but dealing with it admirably.
$34. 35.
When he pots this black, it'll be 300 points without reply. Oh, he's okay. Just. It's not easy. He's going to be hamper bridging, but
42.
at least he's on one. Yeah, 300 points and counting. What a way to finish a match.
And I go back to the brown in
43.
frame 8, which was eminently missable. A back cut into the yellow pocket, which absolutely had to go. He left the cue ball bang among the reds. Williams was already 30 plus to the good. But he cued it beautifully, and from that moment he has looked in complete control of himself in this match.
$50.
Williams really hasn't had a look in, has he? He's tried a couple of long reds that didn't work out. Carter got in with a great long red at the start of this frame. And he's closing in on what would be one of the most satisfying victories of his recent career. To beat the great Mark Williams from 3 down with 4 to play in a tournament of this prestige, which he wasn't even supposed to be in, would be something. Williams hoping for a late twist, but it's looking increasingly unlikely.
58. 59.
The blood will be pumping,
66.
the adrenaline levels will be rising, but for Carter, he's looking for a red and a colour. And then he can relax and think about finishing this match as he started it with a big century.
$67.
Mark Williams must wonder what's hit him. He was absolutely in control at 5-2, had the first chance in the next. Since then he's been blitzed. This for the match. And so it looks as though Mark Williams' wait for a first Shanghai Masters title will go
73.
on. He's not been in the quarterfinals for 7 years. But for Ali Carter, a late replacement
74.
for Mark Allen, the world number 17, a former champion here. A dazzling display to finish the match. And now looking to set the seal with his second
78.
century.
$79.
This has been some comeback, Alan.
It's been awesome. I mean, yeah, 300 and odd points and counting, as I was saying, and it was the split
84.
from a brown off the spot by Mark Williams at 5-2 in front and on a break at 39. He played it well, didn't land on one, but since then, Ali has been sensational. Every credit to him.
85.
Because, quite honestly, I don't think anyone would have given him much of a prayer of turning this round, but he's held firm. His attitude's been good. He's been aggressive, but not reckless. And he's gotten his just reward. It's been a fabulous performance.
Well, he said ahead of this tournament that he owed Mark Allen a drink after he got a text from Mark saying, "I'm pulling out. Pack your bags for Shanghai." He might owe him a few more. He can look forward to the quarterfinals, and what a performance he's put on. And clearly his game is in very good shape. Looking to get back into the world's top 16 this season, Carter, having just slipped out at the back end of the last campaign. There's the century. And this has been a devastating display of break building.
105.
To turn things around against one of the all-time greats.
107.
An extremely satisfying afternoon's work in Shanghai for the captain.
110.
And all the more given that he was in a pretty precarious position at 5-2 behind.
114. 119. 124.
From 5-2 down, 93, 78, 87.
131.
And a total clearance from Ali Carter to finish. What a performance from him. Mark Williams offers his hand sportingly. He must wonder what's just happened to him. An absolutely brilliant blitz from Carter to win 6-5.